Hey guys, in this video we will talk about what is Microsoft Azure. Before we talk about Microsoft Azure, let's look into what is cloud computing. If we look formal definition, cloud computing is on-demand availability of computer system, resources, especially data storage and computing power, without direct active management by the user. In simple words, it's like renting the computing power, storage and other services and only pay for what we use. Before cloud computing, companies has to maintain their own data centers. They have to hire people to maintain those infrastructures and they have to plan in advance for resource capacity. For example, what if my site suddenly gets popular? Then I need to have all the required resources in advance to keep up the demand, or my user won't be able to access my sites. And we don't want that. What if you go to Netflix and you will see the error page? You will get frustrated, right? And if my service is on the cloud, I'm just a click away to scale my site, and it's the cloud vendor responsibility to have the infrastructure ready. And when I don't have huge traffic on my site, I can scale down and save costs. Let's look at what are the types of cloud computing. We have three major types of cloud computing: public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. Public clouds are owned and operated by third-party cloud service providers, which deliver their computing resource like servers, storage over the internet. Microsoft Azure is an example of public cloud. With public cloud, all hardware, software, other supporting infrastructure are owned and managed by the cloud provider. Microsoft Azure, Amazon AWS, and Google Cloud are major public cloud providers. Let's look at private cloud. It is used exclusively by a single business or organization. A private cloud can be physically located on the company's on-site data center. Azure Stack is the example of private cloud which can be used in companies' data centers. Hybrid cloud. In this, the company or organization extend their on-premises infrastructure with the public cloud. Now, let's look at what are the benefits of using Azure. First is cost. Cloud computing eliminates the capital and operational expenses. For example, if you are not on the cloud, you have to buy hardware and software. You have to set up data center and server racks. You have to hire IT experts, and these costs go up very rapidly. The next major benefit of using cloud is speed. It's very fast to get up and running. Provisioning a new cloud service in Azure is just a click away. The next major factor is global scale. The benefits of cloud computing services include the ability to scale elastically. For example, what if our app or site gets popular in another part of the world, like Europe, and cloud providers have data centers all around the world? You can easily scale up your site or service to serve from Europe region with minimal configuration, and you will have a happy user. The next major factor is performance. We all want our app or service to be blazing fast. The cloud provider will have the best networking infrastructure and bandwidth, which will reduce the latency of our application or site. Reliability. Cloud computing is reliable because cloud providers have the world's best engineers who have the experience to handle this infrastructure and keep the SLA in place. Many cloud services comes with SLA and uptime. Now let's look what are the types of cloud services. Cloud services are mainly divided into three categories: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Another category which got added in the last couple of years is function as a service or serverless computing. Let's look at infrastructure as a service. This is the most basic category of cloud computing services. With infrastructure as a service, you rent IT infrastructure, server and virtual machine, storage, network, operating system from a cloud provider on a pay-as-you-go basis. What it means, I can create a virtual machine and use for 1 hour and delete it. I will only have to pay for 1 hour. Next, look at platform as a service. This is the type of service where you don't have to manage underlying infrastructure or storage. You focus on writing your application. For example, Azure App Service is the platform as a service to host your application or web API. Next, look at software as a service. It is a subscription based service where you often pay on per user basis. For example, Microsoft Teams, Office 365, Azure DevOps, and Slack. Next, look at serverless computing. This service kind of overlap with platform as a service, but it goes beyond. In platform as a service, you have to plan the scaling and the demand. In serverless, you pay per execution. For example, Azure Function is a serverless offering from Azure. It means it will scale to millions and you only pay for code execution charges. I hope you got the basic understanding of what is cloud computing and what are the type of offering it gives. Before we close, I want to give you the sneak peek of how Azure Portal look like and what are the services it offers. As you can see, I have to go to portal.azure.com to access the Azure Portal. If you don't have the subscription yet, don't worry, in the next video we will see how we can create a free Azure subscription. If I go to all services, these are the services which is offered by Azure. As you can see, we have compute, networking, storage, web, mobile, containers, database, and a lot of other services like IoT and machine learning. So let's say if I want to create a web application, I can just go select app service and I can just click on add, and I have to provide couple of information and then I'm good to go. The web app will be created and I can deploy my web application on the app service. If you want to learn more about the principle of cloud computing, I would highly recommend you to take this course. It's a 1-hour course and you will go deep dive into what are the concepts of cloud computing. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to the channel for upcoming Azure videos. And let me know in the comment section if you like to see videos on any other topic. Thank you. Have a great one.